What's up, everybody? Today, we're gonna talk about an important topic, and that is growth. People tell you that size doesn't matter, but that is a lie. Because if you're not growing, you are shrinking, and that is bad. So in this video, we're gonna talk about that. Let's get started. Okay, so if you're still here, you know that size matters. The bigger, the better. So at 11:11, there's only one thing that you have to wish for. Bigger and bigger. What? Nobody cares, just bigger. Okay? Just wish for that and you'll get some of it, maybe. Okay, let's get started. Growing in terms of muscle, mass, and size, it's almost like studying for a midterm. You go to a midterm, you know everything. But when it comes to the final, you're like, I forgot all of that because I didn't practice. I wasn't on top of my stuff. It's the same with fitness or growing muscle. If you keep doing the same thing and you're not growing, you're not putting more weight, you're not lifting heavier, you will not grow. And most people think that they're going to stay the same. They're going to be exactly at the same position they were before if they just keep lifting the same thing. That is not true. Because over time, with the same concept of if you're not growing, you're shrinking, you will shrink in size. Yes, you're lifting the same amount of weight, but your size will shrink. Keep lifting heavier and heavier over time, and do not stop that because you will shrink. Okay, now you decided that you want to grow, but how do you do it? Okay, number one was the fact that you decided that you want to grow. So that is the first step, perfect, right? So you decided you don't want to shrink, you just want to grow bigger and bigger. The mindset is important because if you don't want to grow, you won't. You want to constantly want to grow. So that's step number one. Deciding that growth is the only thing you want and nothing less. Number two. Okay, before you decided that you want to grow, now what? You gotta plan for it. How do you plan for growth? You gotta make sure that all the elements are in place as you're trying to grow in size, as you're trying to lift heavier and get bigger. Meal plan is very important. You gotta get enough calories in to grow. If you just eat the same thing as you ate before and you lift heavier, you're gonna shrink because you don't have enough energy and calories inside you to grow. There we go. So plan what you're gonna eat, what are you gonna work out, what are you gonna do during the day, all of those things. And get the sleep in. Because if you don't sleep properly, everything is fucked, basically. So, plan for it beforehand. Not during, beforehand. And if something happens, every week, every weekend, whatever, have one day to readjust. Plan again, and move forward. So number one, decide. Now you're planning for it. And that is a plan that you can actually execute later on. Number three, after deciding and planning, now you gotta start executing. But before you actually do anything, you gotta prepare all this stuff. What does that mean? It means that if you decided you're gonna go on a meal plan that gets you, let's say, 3,000 calories, or you go on this whatever sleeping schedule, you gotta get everything in place. For example, if you're eating one type of food, but like multiple times during the day, are you gonna prepare that up front in the morning or the day before or during the weekend? So during the day, you're not like, holy shit, where's my food? How do I make it? What do I do? So that is very important. Prepare for it. And we get to the sponsor of this video, which is Cookie.io. You plan for everything and things go sideways. You don't have enough food, or you do have the food but you're outside. You don't know what to do. What do you take? This is what I do. I grab one of these. I always have it in my bag, in my pocket where I go. 300 calories, 30 grams of protein, 30 grams of carbs, good carbs, and only 7 grams of fat. I smash this with water, 2 seconds, and I get 300 calories in. I don't have to worry about anything. Check it out, cookie.io. Put your email address there. So when we launch a campaign, you get access to it. Okay, let's move on. Sleeping schedule. If you want to prepare for that, you can have like an Apple Watch or whatever. So you know exactly when you wake up, when you go to sleep, and make sure you don't take energy drinks before you go to sleep because that will fuck everything up. I've done that before. Most people work out in the afternoon, which means that they're gonna drink Monster, Rockstar. I love those, by the way. And they won't be able to sleep, which means that they don't get enough sleep during the night. And the whole day, the next day, is just like a battle. You don't want to be that guy. So make sure that you plan everything ahead. Take your energy drinks probably in the morning or like way before working out. So by the time it gets to 7, 8 at night, you're ready to go to sleep. Number 4 is executing on the plan that you made before, right? So if you, for example, made 20, 30 meals beforehand, pack them properly, right? Don't smash like 2 or 3 per day and be like, the last meal is gonna be like whatever I get, right? Because that will throw you off balance and you will get screwed. And that's why if I wanna go beyond the calories that I have, I make sure that I control it. Either with the same quality or type of food that I'm eating beforehand, or again, with one of these packs. So you gotta do that. But also executing is hard because things could change, which means that you gotta go back to the planning mode, plan that again, and execute. It's a cycle. Nothing is gonna be perfect and it will never be perfect. But you know how to make it closer to perfect and adjust as you move forward. Execution is not about being perfect the first time. It's about being perfect over time. So, or getting closer to being perfect over time. And most likely you will never get to that point, but it's okay. I know that. So 4 things. Decide that you want to grow so you don't shrink. Plan beforehand. Prepare everything and then execute. Super simple, isn't it? If that's the case, next time I'll see you and you see me, we need to be growing, not shrinking. If you like the video, like it, subscribe to the channel. I need to grow that number too. Otherwise I'm shrinking. Until next time, see you guys.